Maybe this is you. Imagine yourself. You're just standing there. You know exactly what you have to do, but you're not doing it. Your mind knows, this is what I have to do to solve the problem. Chase the goal. Pursue the big ambition. But you just can't start. It's too hard. It's too painful. And so you just wander through life, not knowing what you're actually doing. But future you, using the tips of this video, you're focused. You stop wandering through life and work as hard as you wanted to actually achieve the dreams. And you work consistently. You get the work done that you need to and achieve all of your goals. By the end of this video, I promise that you'll actually understand how to stop wandering through life. I'm Mr. Locked, and I'm going to show you today how escalators, of all things, will change your life. But first, like and subscribe if you appreciate my content. It helps a lot, not just for my channel, but also it gives me feedback as to if people are actually appreciating my videos. On a side note, before this starts, I came up with this video idea because I actually had a conversation with my dad about curved escalators, and I thought they were so interesting. So the process behind creating curved escalators is awesome. So I just had to include a metaphor about escalators in my videos because, I have no one else to talk to about how awesome this is. Okay, back to serious Mr. Locked mode. So, anyways, here's the idea. Imagine that you're on an infinitely long escalator. As you travel along the escalator, it pulls you a certain direction. There are also doors next to you, right, alongside the railing. And each of them are saying, "Open me," like they have a little sign. But instead of choosing to open them, you just continue on the escalator. You don't think too hard about it. You just avoid all of them. But as time passes, you start wondering what could have happened if you just opened some of those doors. And this is a great example of what you do in real life. For reference, time here is the escalator that never stops moving indefinitely, right? So you are moving and time keeps just moving you because you can't slow down time. It'll always keep moving. So in real life, you wander like you're on the escalator. You see opportunity after opportunity pass by, and then you ignore the doors. Even though chances, billions of chances, by the way, pass you by, you just choose to keep ignoring them, even when they keep asking you to be opened. But let's think about it differently first. If instead you stopped being passive and actually opened one of those doors, you'd physically change your position and move on to new things, right? You open the door and you go in. The door is representing the goals or the actions that you have to take. You'd physically change your position and move on to new things. And that's what I'm going to tell you to do today. Achieve your goals. Make progress. The issue with just letting the doors pass you, the escalators only move one way, right? It only goes from east to west or something, right? Once you've passed the door, you can try running against the escalator, but it's really, really hard. It would make more sense if you just opened it earlier, if you just take an action earlier in your life. And so I'm just going to tell you, take action. So many people like to talk about how time will just pass by. No matter what you do, no matter how you spend it, or what you do with your time, it'll always continue ticking. And not to make it sound like, we're all going to die and you shouldn't do anything because it's all pointless. I don't believe that. But once time passes you by, you can't go back and have that same opportunity again. You can get similar opportunities, but not the exact same one. 5 years from now, you'll be 5 years older. Wow, that was just mind-blowing. What a useful thing to say. But in 5 years from now, would you rather be better than you are now? Or would you rather be worse than you are now? And this isn't a trick question. I'm not asking you some questions like, oh, you should actually pick the worst one. It's like, no, everyone would rather be better than they are now. You should choose to be better than you are now. You have the choice to either do that basically to reach your goal or still be exactly the same where you are today, regardless of how much time passes. But I think some people will take the opposite advice of my metaphor and say, oh, well, I'm too old, and now that's a bad time to start. It's already saturated. I shouldn't do this business, or I shouldn't do that idea. Or I'm too old to go back and get a degree, or I'm too old to go play a sport again. Like, I actually can't really relate to this because I'm not old. But I will say is that you should probably still continue trying to do these things. Because in 5 years from now, you'll probably have that regret that you didn't start earlier. Like, if you were like an old person and you just really want to play baseball, you miss it from when you were a kid, you regret quitting, and it's sad to you now. Just do it now. There are so many people who have the exact same thought that they also want to play baseball when they're older. So you have the choice between playing baseball again right now, and then in 5 years you're like, oh yeah, I'm pretty happy I started playing baseball. Or like 5 years from now, you can be like, oh, I wish I played baseball more when I was younger. It's like, you could make the change if you just choose to, right? So just do it. But then people will always be like, but Mr. Locked, I still can't work. Please help. Okay, buddy, I'll teach you a solution. It's called just taking the first step, but specifically the smallest step possible. When you have a big project, all I ever suggest to people, if they can't focus, is just to do 5 minutes of work. Just 5. You don't have to do any more than 5. If you want to, you can quit right after. But what happens with a lot of people, more than the majority, like super majority of people, they'll just not want to quit, right? They'll actually continue doing the work even after 5 minutes. And so the reason for this is because before you start doing the work, your brain is like, I don't want to do this work. It's scary. It's painful. It takes a lot of effort. But then once you're actually doing it, you realize, this isn't so bad. So then you just keep doing it. And that's why this technique is actually so effective. Once you have started, you'll realize you don't actually want to stop because it doesn't feel as hard as you thought it would be. Or at least your brain thought it would be. Okay, I hope these tips actually helped you. Now that's how you get started. Thanks for watching.